Well, there it is. The Xbox and Bethesda Showcase 2022 is over, and the dust is starting to settle. Xbox decided to angle its show by focusing on the next 12 months, which means every game shown at the event is targeting a release before 12th June 2023. That decision itself has led to some very mixed results for the show, but there were certainly some highs and lows, and in this video I will discuss exactly that. Let's go! Redfall started off the show, and it's the game that seems to have surprised everyone in a pleasant way. Many were expecting a Left 4 Dead / Back 4 Blood clone, but whilst it borrows the same principles of those games, Redfall seems to have enough unique character and, most importantly, polish to distinguish it from those games. This looks like a really promising title from the brief gameplay trailer we were shown, with good sound design, solid looking gunplay, and an open world which will help enhance the 4-player co-op experience. The unique character abilities look like they will be a lot of fun to use. It's a shame though that the progression in co-op is locked to the host, which is a pretty big oversight in my opinion. But otherwise, Redfall is looking like a really good title that could prove that Arcane Austin is a very versatile studio that doesn't need to stick to a formula that it hasn't really strayed too far from, as can be seen from its previous works, with Deathloop, Prey, and the Dishonored games. The co-creator behind the legendary Rick and Morty surprised us all with High on Life, an absolutely wacky and insane looking game that has the trademark stylings of Rick and Morty, albeit in first-person shooter form. The developers were certainly high on life when they created this game, because this is just... well, look at it! The guns have more charm than a lot of main characters in video games. The characters and enemy designs are brilliant, and the gameplay and visuals look surprisingly proficient for a title we knew nothing about until the show. The story revolves around trying to take down an alien cartel that uses humans for drugs. Yep, this is definitely one title to keep an eye on. A Plague Tale Requiem is looking extremely promising. The sequel to A Plague Tale Innocence has the potential to be better in every way, sporting hugely upgraded visuals and no doubt more refined gameplay elements, including stealth and combat. If you never played the first game, you really ought to try it out, because Requiem could be a gem, slated for release this year and available day one on Xbox Game Pass. This one got leaked a couple of days before the show, but man, it did not make the showing any less impressive. The Hot Wheels expansion for Forza Horizon is back, and boy does it look stunning. Alongside the incredible visuals and fun gameplay is a lot of content, including co-op Horizon stories, allowing up to 6 players to play the story together. You won't have to wait too long to play this one, because the Hot Wheels expansion is out on July 19th. It looks like racers are carrying the torch this generation when it comes to visually stunning games, at least on Xbox. Last year, Forza Horizon 5 wowed us, and this time it was Forza Motorsports' turn. Turn 10 impeccably showed off its next iteration of the famous Motorsport series that is widely regarded as the king of racers by many, and now it seems that Forza will continue to retain that title with an exceptional amount of work and detail going into this game. Turn 10 described Forza Motorsport as the most technically advanced racing game ever made, and it already shows. Unparalleled physics simulation, all tracks built from the ground up, dynamic time of day, car damage reproduced down to individual scratches, temperature changes affecting the grip of cars with a 48 times improvement in physics simulation. This is a proper next-gen racer, and is a product of love, care, and passion for the craft of racing. I've never played a Diablo game, Yes, shame on me, but I was stunned by what I saw when the developers for Diablo 4 ran us through the gameplay for it at the showcase. I instantly regretted what I may have missed out on, and whilst working on this video and watching the trailer again, I had to pull the trigger and buy Diablo 3 Eternal Collection. Just look at the gameplay and how impressive it looks. With loads of classes, customization options, PvP zones, something I personally love, and more content even beyond the end game, I could see Diablo being the equivalent of video game crack cocaine, albeit less harmful, obviously. Maybe. I will say that this skill tree here is as intimidating as anything, but otherwise I cannot wait to play this. There were some incredible looking indie titles that I feel are deserving of a special mention, as they stood out as being something very special. Created by Jeppe Carlsen, the lead gameplay designer of legendary titles Inside and Limbo, Cocoon looks absolutely magical, and the trailer with its excellent score and unique gameplay just looks astounding. The Last Case of Benedict Fox is another title that looks like it's oozing character, and the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong looked very impressive. All three titles proving once again that indies are the hotbed for true creativity. The Xbox Showcase, however, faltered with some very terrible pacing in my opinion, particularly in the middle section of the show. This was a far cry from last year's show that made it feel like there was rarely a dull moment. Things like the Sea of Thieves Season 7 trailer, for instance. The 2021 trailer for the Pirate's Life expansion that revealed Jack Sparrow was a good one, but this just fell flat on its face and felt overly long. You don't need to show Sea of Thieves off in every showcase, man. The same goes for Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls Online, and Flight Simulator. Aura History Untold CGI trailer did nothing to make an impact, in my opinion, and whilst Riot Games coming to Xbox is a very big deal, the length of the reveal was far too long, which had me glancing at the time as I saw it eat away at the 95 minutes allocated to the show. Whilst Overwatch 2 wasn't really a massive highlight, it's now going free to play, which is pretty significant, although I do feel like this is an admission of failure on the part of Blizzard to produce a meaningful sequel. Now, can we look at Arc 2? This is supposed to be in-engine gameplay, as stated here quite clearly. I have severe doubts that this is the case, and forgive me, but the first Arc game hardly helps inspire confidence. 2 years on from its reveal, it's time to show gameplay. And so, the nightmare had ended. Well, you see, some people don't understand that pacing of these shows is really important. How you start and how you end a show can determine its success or failure. In Xbox's case, the ending saved us all from the monotony of the middle, and one of its biggest saviors at the end of the show was Starfield. Starfield is not just going for the blue sky, but the stars beyond it. If this game achieves what it is attempting to do, you are looking at a classic RPG, the likes of which you will scarcely see in the entirety of this gaming generation. The ambition is quite clearly there, and in the 15-minute showing, myself and quite a few onlookers were blown away by just how large the scope of this game is. Not only are we promised more cool content with the depth of Bethesda's previous seminal works in games like Skyrim and Fallout, but the game also offers, in addition to all of that, better visual fidelity than any previous Bethesda title by a fair margin. 1,000 worlds to explore, the ability to customize your ship in a whole manner of ways and to populate a crew with it. Custom bases that you can build on planets that you can populate with people you meet in the game. Customizing weapons. Space combat. exploration, factions that you can align with. All of this in a single title that offers a mainline quest with various conversational strands and ample content. Whilst the frame rate was questionable, the game itself just looks brilliant, and Xbox is heavily relying on Starfield for good reason. For months on end, the rumor mill was working overtime about the possibility of Kojima aligning itself with Xbox. Well, the dreams and nightmares, depending on whom you ask, are now a reality. Hideo Kojima is working on an Xbox exclusive title that harnesses the power of the cloud to make his vision a reality. Make of that what you will. But this was a big moment for Xbox. It shows that Xbox is intent on covering all angles and is taking Japan very seriously. If there were any doubts about that, then surely the announcement of the Persona series coming to Xbox alongside Wolong Fallen Dynasty by Koei Tecmo will put those doubts to rest. Overall, I cannot shake the disappointment caused as a result of a lack of showing of the multitude of Xbox's first-party studios and IPs that they have confirmed to be working on. Yes, we get Grounded and Pentiment this year, but these are hardly AAA titles, and whether you like it or not, a platform holder's performance is often judged by its first-party AAA titles. Ultimately though, there is such an abundance of gaming experiences in the Xbox library, albeit heavily reliant on third parties this year, and Xbox Game Pass appears completely unmatched in terms of value as far as services go. However, this show pales in comparison to last year, and I feel it falls short of what Xbox needed to deliver in light of the big delays of Starfield and Redfall. This also serves to add tremendous pressure on Xbox's other first-party studios to showcase their games, and soon. What did you think of the show, and what were your highlights? Do let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, irrespective of whether or not you agreed with my assessment here, please do like, subscribe and share it out. Peace.